Hey, we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 168 of Player Life. It is Wednesday, September 15th, here in Tokyo, Japan. Gynocentric emotional society. That's what we're living in. That's what we're going to talk about today. Albert Chang in house. What's up, brother? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yes, so all is good. Yesterday was the 14th of September. I turned 33 yesterday. Oh, let me check my mic. Maybe, yeah. Maybe my mic is, I'm using yeah. All right. Should be on the, yeah. I keep forgetting to do that. It's like, yeah, should have to connect the Yeti mic. All good. This should be better now. All right, so yeah, turned 33 yesterday. God damn, crazy, man. Crazy how time flies. 1 year closer to death, that's for sure. Gotta make it count. Gotta make it count. Virence in the house says, "Hey Matt, gonna have to catch the replay. Just wanted to wish you a happy belated birthday. Appreciate it, brother. Have a good one. Catch the replay." Let me just, so I spent yesterday filming some modules for pandemic pickup Delta variant, which will be launched on September 30th. And on that note, let me play the trailer.
I don't want to overstate it, but a World Health official said the Delta strain is faster, fitter, and will move through communities more efficiently and pick off the unvaccinated.
The president telling Americans to expect more restrictions after internal CDC documents warn the war has changed.
Has increased from 12,431 to 42,323 in just a week. That's an increase of 243%.
Hey, you see this?
Here we go again.
The men are gonna need us.
It definitely will. This is getting crazy.
It's time to unite.
Let's do this. All right, and there we have it. So that will be pandemic pickup Delta variant, which will be launched on September 30th. Spent my birthday yesterday, 33 years old, filming 10 modules with Modern Life Dating. My modules are going to be on exclusively on day game and MLD's modules, 10 modules, I think more than 10. Are going to be on online dating. Basically, the A to Z about everything that you need to know about game, about getting laid. If that's a problem in your life, then we're going to sort you out. Spark 55 in house. What's up, brother? Yeah, I mean, getting laid is one of the most basic things that you need to figure out in life. If you don't figure that out, It's going to be a very frustrating life you're going to lead. Altas says 33. Life is just getting started. Well, it's not going bad. It's not going too bad at the moment. So yeah, make it looking to make my 30s a good decade. That's for sure. Yep, 30s can definitely be a good time if you're woke up and you're red pilled and you know how to get laid and you're getting money and all that good stuff. But yeah, so let me just share something. So yeah, this is going to be it. Pandemic pickup, Delta variant, September 30th. Access to pandemic pickup 1.0. 10 online modules on online game mastery, feeding modern life dating. 10 modules on day game featuring Mac the Day Gamer. Exclusive modules on consensual sexual escalation with female model. That's going to be fun. That's for sure. 5 webinars on pure game starting on October 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Telegram chat for pure pickup game until the end of the year. Pretty good deal in my estimation. Yeah, going to be a good time. Yes. So what is good? What is going on? Let me see. Just remember, it is No Simp September. No simping in the month of September. No simping anytime. There's no excuse for simping at this. With all the information we have, there is no excuse. Fozion in the house says Big Mac hitting us with the combo streams. Has to be done. Has to be done for No Simp September. It's got to be done. Streaming every day, pretty much. I'm just gonna do it. It has to be done. But yeah, there's just no time for simping. Like, I mean, with all the information out there, with all the red pill content, with all the information we have about females, I don't know how you can be blue pilled in this day and age. How is it possible? Like, we know that we've been lied to. Just some people just enjoy being lied to, though. It's like it's more comfortable for them to just be, it's almost too scary for most people to accept the truth. They'd much prefer to be told lies by the mainstream media. David Peter in the house. What's good? What's up? Hope you're well. But let me see. Yeah. So I was gonna share this. Let me check it. Yeah, I just saw this. I saw this actually on MLD stream last night, and it just yeah. Let me share it. The hypocrisy of the world we're living in.
That's right. And tell me the story behind this look, behind your look, pair it together, what white means.
I mean, have you seen the back?
No,
we have a
may I?
message.
Oh my God, tax the rich. What a model, AOC. Wow, I didn't know you model as well. Damn.
Muted. Yes, I was muted. Still getting used to this this mic. It's kind of annoying the way there's feedback with it. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so AOC is obviously not a whale or anything, but it's funny how these chicks just constantly brown nose each other, no matter what they do. It's all emotional garbage, all emotional crap. You see these body positive models, and they'll be like they'll have hundreds of enablers in the comments. They'll have like just like hundreds of other women and probably a lot of cuck, beta blue pill guys in the comments too. Thirsty fucking guys that kind of enable women like to behave badly in Western societies, because that's exactly what's going on. It's like Western women as a whole, as a collective, are basically, have basically just been misbehaving. They've just been getting away with behaving badly for decades, and they're being encouraged. It's like when a child is like misbehaving, and or it just isn't raised properly, and the parents don't discipline the child. The child will go off to school and be a little brat, and cause a lot of trouble in the school, will like bully other kids, and do all kinds of shit. That's basically what Western women are doing as a whole. They're just getting away with terrible behavior, and like they're being encouraged. They're just like, yeah, you go, girl. Like, you sell your butthole on 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 OnlyFans for $5 a month. That's fine if you want to do that. I believe in an open society, but it's like, it's just the way that they're, so they think it's so empowering, or no. The funny thing about the chicks that sell their buttholes on OnlyFans is that most of them hate men. Most of these OnlyFans chicks really hate men, and it's fucking hilarious, because most, like, they're the guys that are they're making 100% of their income from men, but yet these women will post like stuff like fuck the patriarchy, peg the patriarchy, fuck all men, particularly particularly these kinds of women that use OnlyFans. And like I said, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm a libertarian. I guess I'm a libertarian, because I believe in total freedom, pretty much, as long as you're not like murdering someone, or causing grievous bodily harm to someone, or damaging someone. I'm pretty much like whatever. I am genuinely like pro-choice, like in so that's why all these fucking bitches, these lefty types that are pushing the jab for the beer bug, they're all fucking full of shit. It's like they're all like, get the jab, like people have to be they're just scum of the earth. It's like, my body, my choice. Is it? Fuck. They don't believe in that at all. They just want total control over. They just want it to be. It was never about equality. Rollo Tomasi always says it. It was never about equality. It was just about trying to dominate society, trying to make things a gynocentric society. And the ironic thing is, women hate that. Women hate it. Women hate beta males. Women hate. That's why I make the analogy to children. Like, women, it's almost like women. These women are like children, because it's like when the child is not disciplined, they'll grow to resent. The child will like grow to resent. Will behave worse and worse. And that's what Western women are doing on a collective scale. they're like spoiled little brats that have like they've stayed up too late eating like sweet sugary sweets, and they're like they're cranky and bitchy, and moaning all the time, complaining about society all the time, complaining about, always complaining about the like the safest society that has ever existed. Yet it's all, apparently they're all suppressed. They're the most privileged people ever, and yeah. Elta says, this is what happens when you let females do whatever they want. Absolutely. Up and Adam says, entitled and enabled. Enablers, yeah, they're entitled and they're enabled. 100%. Anyway, let's continue.
So tell me how this
she
came
models
together.
a message, that's what it is, right? And it's like, if you're going to come somewhere like the Met Gala and you're the congresswoman, we would expect nothing less.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been when Aurora and I were first kind of partnered, we really started having a conversation about what it means to be working class women of color at the Met. And we said, we keep.
Oh my God, we started thinking about what it means to be working class women of color. Oh my God. These fucking people are obsessed with race. Like, they're obsessed with it. And these kind of double standards, man. These standards, these kind of just, the hypocrisy is just insane. It's just insane. I can't remember what comedian it was, but I saw some comedy clip where the guy was like, if he was saying basically, if you're in a room full of Latinos and you said, the whatever, you shouted to the audience or whatever, you said like Latino power and raise your hand, the whole room would the whole room full of Latinos would say like Latino power and raise their hands up. If you were in a room full of African Americans or Africans or whatever and said Black power and raise your hand, the whole room would scream Black power and raise their hands and celebrate it. Same goes for I don't know if Asians would do that. I don't know if Asians would be that they might feel weird doing that, but they might do it. They might say Japan power or Japanese power. No, the Japanese probably would say Japanese power. It's just acceptable. But these kind of if obviously we all know what would happen if you said it, if white people did that, if white people said white power, it would be like, obviously just completely attacked and everyone would be everyone will get cancelled and be called far right. And I don't know, it's just, we can't, like, how can we ever say we're all equal? How can we ever have peace in a society when there's different rules for different people? We can't. And these fuckers, this bitch right here, this little scumbag that I hate, is like, you're never going to have a peaceful society with people like this. You're never going to have it because it's not equal. It's not the same because there's different rules for different races. If there's different rules for if these are the people that are creating different rules for different races, and you're going to need to be a little cock, little bitch to accept it. And there's so many fucking white people out there that do, especially like 14-year-old white girls that are on their Instagram like fucking pushing this shit, and it's not, and even worse, white men that bow down to this shit, that apologize for their skin color. Fucking weaklings, twerps. But there's just, obviously there's never going to be, you're never going to have a cohesive, peaceful society when you have bitches like this going around like, oh, I'm so proud to be a woman of color and I'm so proud. I'm like, oh, it's like, yeah, but as soon as you hear a white person say that, you're going to like cry and scream and have tantrums and like, try and get them canceled, try and get their credit card, try and get them from their jobs, all kinds of shit. So fuck these scumbags, these hypocrites, these fucking weasels.
Can't just play along, but we need to break the fourth wall and challenge some of the institutions and while
and challenge some of the institutions. And no, it's just like fucking hell. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's like the annoying popular girl at high school just got like into like a serious position of power. Elta says hooped earrings, indeed. Loft Trader says brainwashing is effective. The elite have run over whites for a long time now. Yeah, there's definitely an agenda, and white people are such like it has to be said. A lot of white people are serious pussies, like serious fucking pussies, like cocking themselves. It's a lot of white men. There's a lot of women too. I would say. Honestly, I would say like white women are almost like the enemy of white men. Like because white women are the ones that push like this kind of they're the ones that like really abandon white men like at the drop of a hat and jump on this whole like progressive agenda shit, you know? The white women are the ones, and it's so funny. It's funny when leftists try to brand. I find it really funny how when leftists try to jump on the whole Karen meme, and leftists kind of leftists completely misappropriated the Karen meme, because my image of a Karen is first and foremost, there can be Karens of different races, but my image of a Karen is actually like a progressive white woman, not a racist white woman. Actually, one of these progressive, not one of these, like my image is this, this Karen that pushes, pushes BLM, all that kind of stuff. Then the left tried to appropriate that whole Karen meme and started, posting these memes of white women that, might be racist or whatever. And obviously, I'm not saying there aren't racist white women. There are racist people of all races, all colors. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the left can't meme for shit, and it's just funny when they try to meme. All black men crying over slavery that happened 200 years ago is pretty pathetic too. I mean, bad things happened in every fucking culture, in every all over the world. Like look, like in Asia, that was a complete shit show in the Second World War. Like the Japanese did terrible things to China. I mean, the stuff that went on in Korea. I mean, it's nuts. Like there's just the way the Western society blames white men collectively for the world's problems is hilarious, and it's fucking absurd. Really is absurd. I mean, like there's so much shit that happened in Europe too. I mean, like yeah, just complaining about complaining about stuff that happened in the past. I mean, too much. I mean, I don't even like. Like it pisses me off when Irish people still complain about what happened between Ireland and England. It's like, all right, okay, yeah, we get it. It happened. I mean, it's like, I mean, obviously there's still stuff going on in Northern Ireland. Like Northern Ireland is still connected to the United Kingdom, technically, depending on who you're talking to. But, at the end of the day, in Northern Ireland, it's a different kind of system up there. So technically it is part of the UK, even though I think it should be united with the Republic of Ireland. But still, it pisses me off. That's a whole different subject. But it still pisses me off when Irish people go, this kind of fake hatred for England, and it is kind of this fake kind of. It's not a genuine. They don't really. It's just like kind of. They use that to try and have some kind of identity, and it's fucking lame. Complaining about the past, trying to be a victim. Trying to be a victim is fucking lame. It's fucking lame. It's lame and it's weak. Yeah, but these chicks, I mean, yeah, let me see. Let me go to some more woke shit that I found. Share screen. All right, so look at this. I mean, perspective feminist. All right, it's gonna be interesting. Let me see. No, okay. See what she has to say.
Yourself? No, people treat us the way they treat themselves. If a person is miserable to you, chances are that person is miserable. If a person is disrespectful to you without you having instigated anything, that person is just a disrespectful person. Has nothing to do with you or how you didn't treat yourself with respect.
No, it's not good. Maybe it's this one.
Questions that you can, that is one of the worst questions that you can ever ask a girl. You don't want to ask a girl, do you like me? This is immediately going to show her that you are insecure.
Wrong.
Okay, so by the way, that's that's pretty based. I mean, yeah, so I agree with that 100%. You should never ask a girl, do you like me? That is lame as fuck. It's like asking a girl, do you love me? It's needy, it's weak. You sound like a pussy when you do it. Like, no, you don't, you don't say that. So there's literally nothing, like, there's nothing wrong with what he said. It's like straight up. It's correct. It's correct. Let's see what she has to say.
Show her that you are insecure.
Wrong. Sir, stop speaking.
Wrong. So annoying already.
For us, you prioritizing your ego, i.e. how you are going to look.
Stop speaking for us. That's ironic since women are constantly telling men how they should be more feminine. That is fucking rich. That is fucking hilarious because women, these womanists are constantly telling men what they should be, how they should be more emotional, how they should be more like women, how they should be, more, just weaker and more pussified, constantly saying that. They're constantly, just the hypocrisy, man.
Or knowing how we actually feel about you romantically is a combination of your toxic masculinity and misogyny. So at the end of the road that you are traveling right now is men harassing women and not knowing how to build healthy relationships with us. You think silencing women happens on some type of...
See the way that this language they use, like harassment. It's trying to, like, this is the way women leverage their female privilege. It's like it's like language that's used to try and incriminate men. It's used to try and get men in trouble. And the vast majority of men fear this language a lot. Like, that's why most men are like absolutely terrified of that kind of language, like harassment, sexual harassment. They're just terrified of getting Me Too'd. Like, that's why they're so. This is women's way of, like I said, leveraging their power. Because obviously they're not physically able to fight men, although a lot of them think they can these days. And there's a lot of world star hip hop videos showing us, that there is a very big biological difference between men and women. However, women are told that they're superheroes and that they're equal to men, and they're fooled. They're getting a raw deal. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, this is all bad for women. It's all very bad for them. They're getting a very bad deal, but they don't realize it because, it seems good up front. It seems like they're getting a good deal up front, but then when they hit the wall and they realize, and most of them won't ever admit it. Like, they'll double down and shit because like I've said this before, it's too painful for them to admit it, to realize that they've been sold a big lie. So they'll double down, and then they'll try and encourage the upcoming generation of women to follow suit, because misery loves company. They don't want to see the younger generation of women living, being able to, have get married and have kids and live kind of a life that they're really supposed to live. They'd rather that the upcoming generation miss out like they did, because it'd be it's like, it's almost like, if you ever see a woman that has hit the wall, like, look, like, you could be out in public transport, out in public, anywhere, out and about. Like, sometimes you'll see like a young mother with a baby, and then you'll see some woman that is like, has hit the wall, some woman on her way to work or something, she's clearly hit the wall, she's like in her mid-30s, and sometimes you'll see her looking like at the baby, and there'll be a deep look of sorrow and pain. Sometimes they'll even smile, because they'll be looking at the baby, and it'll be like they're looking at something beautiful, but they'll have this like deep sadness in them, because you just, sometimes you'll pick up on it. Because I'm out and about, I'm on the trains, I'm out and about, and I've seen it. It's something you'd pick up on if you look out for it. And like, these women, this is what these feminists are trying to do. They're trying to drag the upcoming generation into misery, because they don't want to be the only ones that got a raw deal. They want everyone else to get a raw deal. It's kind of human nature. If you find out you got a really raw deal, like, if you found out, let's say you did some kind of job and you got paid really badly for it, and then one of your friends did the same job as you, and then he got paid really well for it, like, even though he's your friend, you'd still feel kind of shit. Like, I got a raw deal, like, fuck, like, that's kind of what you'd be like, fuck. It's human nature. It's a dark side of human nature, but it's it is what it is. But
universal level that has nothing to do with you. No, silencing women happens with stuff like this. Individual average men not caring about what we think or how we feel. And those men's attitudes aggregate.
They may think and how we feel. Oh my God. It's like just nagging, like, you're just trying to incriminate men, trying to, this is what women will do when they disagree with a man. When they hear like cold hard facts, they'll try and shut men down. They'll try and shut down their opinion. They'll try and shut them up by using language like harassment, intimidation. They'll use this language that they know men fear, because men know the consequences. Men know there's white knights. Men know they live in a gynocentric society. Men know that women have a lot of power, in society. That men can get in a lot of trouble. Guys can get kicked out of university on some kind of accusation. Guys can lose their jobs. Guys can have their whatever. Their marriages can get broken up, even though that might not be a bad thing, in this day and age. But it's just this is what women do, because it's almost an evolved nature. To try and women can't take on someone physically in an altercation, so instead they'll try and get people on their side through kind of almost like mob mentality. They'll try and like gather a mob against someone. I think it was one of these when all these Trump protests and shit was crazy shit was going on. There was some progressive feminist at some college campus, and she was telling some Trump supporter, you have to get out of here, you're not welcome here. She was telling the Trump supporter, and then the guy was like, no, I've a right to be here, I'm not leaving. And the woman tried to use shaming tactics and then tried to gather a mob to like attack the guy. She was like, she started screaming, I need some muscle over here, we need to get this guy, we need to get him. So this like cowardly bitch, she knew she couldn't like get into an altercation, so she tried to gather a mob together to attack someone. This is the same, except this is verbal. A lot of times women will use this like verbal, like, you know, language, like they'll use, like I said, language like, you know, harassment, sexual harassment, you know, stuff like that, you know, to try and shame the guy, you know, try and incriminate the man, you know, because there's, you know, we all know what the, you know, if you remember the Aziz Ansari story, I think he's some American comedian, but it was part of the whole Me Too thing. And basically he had a woman back at his place and had consensual oral sex with her. She gave him a blowjob or whatever. And you know, he tried to bang her then, and then she didn't want to, she didn't want to, so he stopped, you know, as you do, you know, perfectly normal. Like he stopped, and she left, and that was it. And it's like, fine, you know, that's like, there's literally nothing to be ashamed of, you know, that he sounds like a good guy to me, you know, he stopped, he didn't force it, you know. But this woman went on to write a shaming piece about this guy, like that he did something wrong, and so many women like supported this, you know, and they're basically trying to like incriminate him over something that he. And this is what actually, it was almost good that this story came out, because it was good in a way, because it tore down a lot of what was going on, because of how crazy that it was really getting out of control, that whole Me Too thing. And then people, the story was so absurd, and it was like, it woke up a lot of people, although the story even got so much support. Like the women were coming out saying, oh yeah, I regret, me too. And they were saying, me too, I regretted having sex with this guy, and is he a rapist? And they're, you know, women were thinking that they had also been abused because they had regretted something. It's just nuts. Like, it's just nuts. So, you know, it's just, this is the kind of entitled, it's just like, this kind of shit like actually belittles real victims, because there are real victims of sexual assault and abuse, and like there is, like, obviously there is, like, you know, it happens. If there's bad guys out there, there's bad women out there. It does obviously, abuse, like, you know, sexual abuse does happen, and sexual crimes. So, but you know, when you try and criminalize something that's not a criminal act, and there's nothing actually wrong with what you did, like, it's just like, it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up, and it has to be nipped in the bud. It has to be stopped, because it's like, you know, it's like gynocentric society out of control. Like, it's out of control when it gets to that point. And it really is out of control when it's at that point. Yeah.
They turn into policies, laws, and then we have a world of misogyny. Look, if you aren't able to commit to transparent, emotionally intelligent communications with women, you know that you're not ready for a healthy heterosexual relationship. So maybe stop dating until you can stop hating us.
Yeah, so women will use that shaming tactic a lot as well. Like, when you disagree with something that they say, they'll use words like hatred, like hatred, like harassment, mansplaining, manspreading. Like, they'll use all these shaming tactics to try and not only shame, but they're almost trying to criminalize as well. It's like they know that their words have a lot of power, like, because, you know, like I said before, there's like white knights out there. There's, you know, there's the police, there's the law. You know, women can, you know, if a woman accuses a man of wrongdoing, the man will get arrested and get, you know, get interrogated, and, you know, just all on a claim. So, you know, yeah, so it's just pretty wild. I don't know. Let's see what this one is.
Super spreaders. Some of the worst super spreaders of toxic masculinity are women. 1,000%. As an intersectional radical feminist, I've consistently talked about this. Women are not innocent in patriarchy. A vital conversation that needs to consistently happen in feminism is how women treat each other and how some feminists treat other feminists. This isn't an opportunity for men to say, see, women are bad too, because men in this conversation should be holding each other accountable But women also need to start holding each other accountable. Patriarchy lives in every single one of us. One of the most common forms of externalized misogyny, a woman being jealous of another woman, is toxic masculinity.
So I don't know if you saw my other episodes about where I talked about how sometimes I run into I have met in the past Chinese girls in Tokyo that are would you'd see from their Instagram and whatnot that they're feminists and they're pushing BLM and down they openly criticize white whatever white men, or they'd write about they'd share stories about white privilege and all this shit, and it's like it's just nuts. It's like it's just funny, the whole idea of that white privilege thing where people of color or whatever are criticizing only white people. That in itself, that is a racist act in itself. And it's so funny because they think they're the ones that are standing up to racism when they're actually it is what they're engaging in an act of racism itself that is like socially acceptable, that is accepted all around the world. But it is no, but this kind of like I'm guessing this woman is, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing she's could be Chinese. And this is the kind of woman living in Western society pushing this kind of progressivity that doesn't go down in China. Like it's shit that we all know. We all heard the Chinese government outlawing banning, I don't know if they outlawed it, but like banning effeminate men, like banning them from social media and banning their and I'm not even, I'm a libertarian. I'll be straight up. I disagree. I don't like big government. I don't like government getting involved in anything. I don't like that. But it's just funny. This chick you won't hear this bitch fucking criticizing China. You'll never hear it. You'll never hear this bitch criticizing the Taliban. You won't hear that. You won't hear this bitch criticizing any Islam, anything from Islam. You'll hear her criticizing Christianity every single day of the week, though. And it's just this mad hypocrisy. And I've seen it in many times in Tokyo. There's actual concentration camps in China, like actual concentration camps in China. And these bitches, I'm not saying this bitch is from China. She could be. I don't know where she's from, but it's just something it reminded me of these kinds of girls that I meet. Like mad hypocrisy. Like they'll say China's great. Like there's no problem in China. China's great. What about the concentration camps? Oh, that's not true, and all this shit. And it's like, what about all this, that, and the other? And they'll never criticize it. They're just I don't know. It's weird.
Yes, you can be a woman and practice toxic masculinity. And that begins with dehumanizing another woman. Refusing to understand that she's a person with stories and feelings you know nothing about, therefore treating her like an object that you can put all your self-loathing onto, gossiping about her, i.e. degrading her behind her back, like how toxic men do in their locker rooms. Women need to stop supporting the patriarchy and start supporting each other. Part 2 is coming soon.
Women need to, so help Black voices be reinstated to TikTok. The last couple of days, TikTok banned multiple Black content creators who explicitly talk about race issues. TikTok is just garbage. I mean, I'm sure these, I'd like to see these videos. I guarantee they're explicitly all the while letting white supremacist voices on the app live free. Doubt it. Highly fucking doubt it. Absolutely 100% doubt that. Anything on TikTok, there's no white supremacy on. I haven't seen white supremacy on TikTok. I don't use TikTok that much, but I've heard it's not, that kind of shit is not allowed on it. Like the complete opposite of that. Just not true. It's just this kind of shit, like just this segregation, this kind of like, white equals bad, always. White is always bad. And that in itself is an act of racism. It's like taking sides. It's like it's constantly white men bad, white men bad. Oh, it's so fashionable. It's so cool. I'm so hip. Fuck you. No, it's just like I'm never gonna fucking apologize for my skin color. Get fucked. Not a hope. No. Spark 55 says, almost reminds me of a giant shit test, and most men are too cooked. Yes, indeed. Most white guys will just like, there's so much thirst out there, man. There's so much thirst. Elta says, I didn't think that social media platforms could get worse, but TikTok did it. Indeed. Yeah. Let me see. What's this one?
The world is like what I learned, and I'm gonna shut up after this, but I learned that social media is the most lucrative industry in human history. More than automobiles, more than oil, more than real estate, more than all these things. So we start thinking about digital redlining. You have to think about how the distribution of wealth and how like literally finances is being structured through this industry that's known as social media, and how a lot of the black people is making the trends and the dances and the slang. Feel me? How we're being the producers and we put in the labor, but we not being valued as producers. Our products are being valued. We're not being valued as producers. But I also think that there's a lot of like, I'm
enabling victimization. It's like enabling, she's enabling like him wanting to be a victim constantly. Okay, echo. I'll mute myself next time. But just this fucking victim. I'm a victim, and it's fucking this hilarious thing when leftists trying to, like, all social media is seriously heavily on the side of people of color and leftists and progressivism, heavily on the side of them. You could, I would say on social media, there's definitely, I would say, instead of it being white privilege or any of that, there's probably colored privilege, if anything. And that might be a bit too spicy for some people, but it's fucking true. I mean, it's true. It's absolutely true. There is colored privilege on social media, because there's things like that. There's things that like if I said, on social media, which I don't even necessarily want to say, but I would get like immediately canceled for saying it and your account banned and everything. But meanwhile, someone of color can say it no problem, like easily. Like, it's even celebrities say it. Even politicians say things. Politicians say things like Black Power all the time. Imagine just shifting the words, like shifting the roles. It's just like it can't be done. Just insane amounts of hypocrisy. And that's why I think you can't have an equal society. You can't have a peaceful society when there's like double standards. It can't be, because there's different rules for different people, different races. It's like it's not going to work.
And Afro pessimism, you feel me? That's what I'm thinking. It's a whole bunch of separating black flesh from black labor and a whole bunch of fungibility of black folks and blackness, you feel me? But I also want this conversation too to be about multiple layers of allyship, you feel me? I'm a cisgender black man, you feel me? I think that, I feel like there's a lot of ways we can think about, allyship in terms of, you being Asian, me being black, me being, a man, you being a woman in different ways. You feel me? I think that we can make it where it's a very complex, you know what I'm saying, thing to talk about, especially with our demographics, you know.
I feel you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you said so many. I mean, that's all of that is treasure. You know, me as an Asian woman, I experienced
just the fucking hypocrisy. These fucking, just the fucking, you know, like I don't think I'm from Ireland anyway. I can only I don't really know what it's like to live in America, but I know racism doesn't really. There's obviously racist people in Ireland, but there's not institutional racism in Ireland. It's the opposite. In Ireland, it's the opposite. It's like, you know, and Irish people in general, they're not. I'd say your average Irish person isn't racist. It's like the opposite. It's more like it's excessively like open almost to the point where like there's Ireland is on the trajectory for native Irish people to be in the minority in Ireland, all because you know, it's like people are excessively afraid to be, you know, seen as being racist or anything. If there's any talk of like maybe we should have a little, you know, more control on immigration to maybe preserve our culture a little bit, it's like, you know, immediately shot down as being extreme far right racism. But yeah, no, it's just the reason I brought that up is because, you know, it's just like this is, I'm guessing this, let's just say this one's maybe Chinese. China is, if any country is racist, it's Chinese. Like they're it's funny how they're fucking licking each other's butts. Like when, you know, if you know, if you really want to, if black people really wanted to see racism, go to China then. You know, figure it, you know, go over there and check it out and see, you know, but these are like ganging up together and like, oh, white man bad. Oh, white man's, you know, terrible. And it's like, yeah, okay. How about, you know, if she went to Africa, how would she fare in Africa? She'd probably, you know, experience some racism there too. So, you know, Go More Hike says the most equal society was 1950s and 1960s communist China. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't say if it was or wasn't. I'm not educated enough to know about 1950s and 1960s communist China. As in equal as in what? I mean, equal for the Chinese, because I'm sure there wasn't many fucking foreign people in 1950s and 1960s communist China. Equal for the Chinese. I'm guessing you mean that, but
racism, but I do not experience anti-blackness. And there's a clear difference between the two. And I think, you know, Asian people, for POC unity, Asian people need to have that understanding. Yes, both groups suffer from white supremacy, but how?
See, there you have it. Both groups suffer from white supremacy. This fucking ass licking, this fucking bitch, this fucking scumbag, this fucking bitch, like licking each other's assholes. Like I said, go over to, like, you know, he should go over to China and see how it works. So, you know, over in China, see if he wants to experience some real racism. You know, even if I went to China, I'd experience some kind. You know, I experienced mild racism in I call it mild racism in Japan because it's like, you know, I don't really give a fuck about it. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm not a victim. I'm not like, I'm such a victim. We all suffer. You know, these fucking little dick lickers, like licking each other's fucking crotches. It's just annoying. It's just fucking annoying. You know, and it's just like ganging up. Like, imagine, like, you know, I don't know. It just boils my piss. Matt W says, meanwhile, in Africa and China, massive racism and atrocities. Indeed, like all the time. Like all the time, massive racism and atrocities, human rights issues, all kinds of shit. Yeah, this black dude is definitely just trying to smash this bitch. But the dick, like, it's just that the cuckery is still fucking, you know, annoying as fuck.
How it impacts Black folks and how it impacts Asian folks is different. We have to understand that. We have to have appreciation for that. And, you know, not having appreciation for that and just saying like, well, we both suffer from white supremacy, so let's unite. That misses the point. So that's something that I, you know, wanted to convey during the.
We both suffer from white supremacy, so let's unite. That in itself, that for me is like, that's like a racist. That's like, yeah, let's unite against white people. And that's what they're doing. Like, and they're supported by all the, like, they're like, oh, like, you know, they're wanting to be victims. Like, they're pretending like all the, you know, social media is against them, when it's the fucking absolute opposite. Social media, all the institutions, all the, you know, big corporations, all sucking their dicks, all absolutely licking the fucking dicks of people of color constantly. And you know, it's like, oh, let's gang up and let's unite against white people. And it's like, you know, I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, America, already white people are going to be in the minority, like in America in no time. Ireland's on the trajectory to, you know, to be a minority. I mean, what is it? You know, what do they want? Like, what is it? What more do they want? I don't know. It's just hilarious. Little fucking dick clickers.
Slide. And I think the second one is, you know, I just think, you know, you and I are in, you know, I think you said it best. It's, you know, I think you and I, you know, in terms of allyship, you know, is, you know, reciprocal in a lot of ways, because, you know, you as a cishet man, you know, are an ally to me as a cishet woman, and
you as a colored CIS man, you're an ally. You're an ally to me and my Asian pussy. Oh my God, you're gonna fuck me so good. It's so obvious what's going on here. This fucking like clear, just like like cringe fuck worthy, like, it's just like they're both trying to fuck each other and just licking each other's asses. It's just so annoying. And there's just like, there's millions of people like this. There's millions all, like, it's not just a minority. There's so many. There's so many like this, just like fucking cocks and weasels and like dick lickers. Gotta call it out. Like, it has to be called out. Like, it can't be let slide. These people can't be let, think that they're like gonna be, everyone's gonna, there has to be some people that speak out and say, no, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, no, dumb fucks. Like, no, I'm not gonna apologize for being white. No, I'm not a fuck. And that doesn't make me a fucking racist. That doesn't make me a white supremacist. No, I'm not going to jump on your little bandwagon. Your shaming language, your language to try and incriminate me isn't going to fucking work on me. Go fuck yourself, you stupid cunt.
I am an ally to you in that you are a Black person.
Right.
So I think there is an interesting dynamic there, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought you brought up, you know, so many good things. And you are consciously.
And it's making it where
Keep doing that. I have to fucking not have to realize I'm getting used to this mute thing because of the echo, the fucking echo. Anyway, you know, this is why these people have to be called out. Look at this. How many? Let me see. Okay, stop sharing. Yeah. This chick. Let me share the other page. Let me share. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 15.8 million likes, 870,000 followers. This is why it's so funny that these people think that they're marginalized. They're the victims. They're rebellious. They're the punks. You know, they're the minority. It's no, like all the social media is on your side. All the institutions are on your side. Everything. You know, you're not a victim. You're part of the system. You're the ones that are trampling on, you know, on people that are, you know, people like me, people like, you know, people that are watching this live stream. They're not victims. They're not marginalized. They're the ones that have the privilege. These are the people that have the fucking privilege. That's it. Like it's literally the other way around. Like these fuckers have the privilege. And it's just hilarious when it's like the very opposite. They're the ones with the privilege, and it has to be called out because they're absolutely full of fucking garbage. They're full of shit, and yeah, you just can't listen to these people. Like they're telling you lies. It's all lies. It's all shit. There's no truth to it. It's like when she said, you know, when she called the guy out. When she called the guy out for saying that you should never say to a girl, "Do you like me?" And the guy is obviously spot on, 100% correct. You should never ask a girl, "Oh, do you like me? Oh, do you like me? Or was the sex good? Did you come?" No, you fucking know if a girl likes you. You know if you made a girl come. You don't need to ask her. You just sound weak. You know, it doesn't. Even if she doesn't like you, she might just say she like you just to not make it awkward. Same thing goes for sex. Like some girls will be like, you know, "Oh yeah, I came," or whatever. It's like you don't need to ask a girl if she came. Like same thing. But these people don't tell you the truth. They're nothing they say is correct. They're just, it's all emotion, it's all feelings, it's all garbage. Rishi in his house says, "Happy birthday, Mac." Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. Alex says, "Happy birthday." Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. 33 years old and 1 year closer to death. Nah, but it's all good. It's all good. Gonna make it count. It's gonna be a good year. Yeah, guys, I don't know. This shit has to be called out. Go More Hike says, "Feminism never was about equality. It was about superiority." Rolo Tomasi. Very true. Shit boils my piss. I don't know. I get riled up when I see the lies, when I see the cockery, when I see the butt licking, when I see the brown nosing, you know. When you see someone trying to be the victim when they actually have an advantage, it's very annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're not a victim. You have the advantage. You know what I mean? It's just fucking annoying. Trying to think of some analogy to describe how annoying it is, but it's really annoying. I guess it's like seeing someone that's really rich and has a really good life, and then them complaining about it and saying that they're poor and that they don't have, like, that they, you know, I don't know, something like that. El Tas says, "Women want a guy who just gets it. She doesn't want to tell a guy anything, and I mean anything." Absolutely. I mean, I learned this very early on. I learned blue. I you know, although I didn't really become red pill aware until I was like 24, and even then it was like a slow process right up until even now. I'm 33. There's still moments where you get more red pilled. Like there's all kinds of shit. But you know, I remember when I was like maybe 17 years old, I remember like I'd been seeing this kind of like I hadn't fucked her or anything. I kind of made out with her a few times. And I remember the moment, I thought it was the thing you had to do. I thought it was like, I went up to her and, I met up with her some afternoon and it was kind of awkward, this awkward teenage bullshit. And I remember asking her like, can you be like, will you be my girlfriend? It's just, the look, like at the time, looking back, I was out of her league. If only I had known it. Like if I had known it, but at the time I was blue pill. I didn't have confidence. I wasn't really around women at the time. I was in an all male high school. I was out of her league even at the time. Certainly now I am. But anyway, I remember I asked her, like really blue pill, innocent little bastard head on me, like, will you be my girlfriend? And she just goes, like, I can't even remember what she said, but it was the last time we ever met. It's just funny. It's just funny. But you'd have bitches like the one we were just watching telling you that you should do stuff like that. You should go up to girls and go, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? Oh, their pussies dry up so fast, and you're probably not going to see them again. And even if you do, even if they say yes, they're going to be kind of disgusted by you, by the fact that you asked them. If you're ever getting in a relationship with a girl, it has to come from her. She has to beg you to be her, be her boyfriend. That's the angle that you have to go at. If she's not begging you, to be your boyfriend after you fucked her and after she knows what you're about, she doesn't really see you like that, That's fine. Who gives a fuck? Keep doing your things. Keep spinning plates. Keep smashing her. Who cares? You don't need her to be your girlfriend. But if you have to ask a girl to be your girlfriend, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. And even if you do end up getting into a relationship and she says yes and you even end up marrying her, you're more than likely she's going to be a bitch and it's not going to be a very good relationship and she's going to walk all over you, kind of thing. It's you have to you got to be red pill about this shit. You go listening to these women telling you how to date women. Do you like me? Oh, we've been seeing each other for 3 months now. Do you like me? She's gonna be so disgusted by it. Even if if you ask a girl, do you like me? It's like, I don't know. It's just not. It's not attractive. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't listen to these women. Don't listen to these idiots, these scumbags, because they're scumbags. They're telling you lies. They're telling you shit. They're trying to walk all over you. They're not looking. They don't have your best interest at heart. Rishi says, "Irish Jesus." Oh man. Oh God. Go More Hike says, "How did you first become red pill? Did someone mention Rollo Tomasi to you?" Yeah, my brother sent me some Rollo Tomasi articles. That was my kind of introduction to it. That was when I first kind of became aware, and it was very refreshing at the time. But yeah, guys, gonna cut it there. But get on. Let me see. Might just play it once more for shits and giggles, since we went to the effort of making this trailer. Might as well share it once more.
I don't want to overstate it, but a World Health official said the Delta strain is faster, fitter, and will move through communities more efficiently and pick off the unvaccinated.
The president telling Americans to expect more restrictions after internal CDC documents warn the war has changed.
Has increased from 12,431 to 42,323 in just a week. That's an increase of 243%.
Hey, you see this?
Here we go again.
The men are gonna need us.
They definitely will. This is getting crazy.
It's time to unite.
Let's do this. September 30th, guys. Get on my waiting list on my website homepage. Scroll down, type in your best email address, and stay up to date about the pandemic pickup course. It's gonna be fucking epic. Just yesterday, filmed 10 modules on my birthday about day game. 10 modules, simplified, exactly how I do it. Like, just follow what I do. If you listen to those 10 modules, simplified exactly, how I've been doing it for years, crafted the skill over, about, I've been doing solid day game for like 6 years. I've done like thousands of approaches. So yeah, you'll get the 10 modules on day game. You'll get MLD's modules on online dating. And then you're going to get an escalation modules with a female model about how to actually escalate sexually with a woman, because a lot of guys, that's actually a very important step when it comes to sealing the deal with chicks. It's you can screw up like if you don't do it right, you can screw up and you can waste a lot of time. Like you can take girls on like three dates, and if you don't escalate correctly, then you can all that fucking time and effort can be thrown out the window if you fucking do some clumsy shit when you try and like seal a deal. You start trying to have sex with the girl. You really want to know how to turn the girl on. You want to know how to like initiate the process of fucking her. That's an important step. Matt W says, I'm the same way. Work my ass off on my B-days. Just another reminder I'm closer to death. Good stuff, man. But it's all good. So like I said, get on my email list, like, comment, subscribe, share the content. The algorithm doesn't like this kind of content. I'll write it till the wheels fall off, but all until same time tomorrow, I will be live streaming. So drop by for your daily dose of red pill content. So peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.